Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. So it's just a post-race update. I thought I'd start on the stock loft, give them a nice bath. Give all the birds a bath today, including the racers, the youngsters. So these have just had a nice bath and chilling out in the sun. Sunbeams in here till about 4 o'clock. Been a good little stock loft this has. So they're just having a little chill. Scrape the floor out. They are molting quite heavily, so got as many feathers out as I could. So we'll go up and show you the young birds now. So it's been a cracking afternoon, cracking morning. Lovely weather. Did leave the trap down. I put a bath in for the youngsters this morning. Took it out when I come back from doing a few bits. Went to the skip. The old birds chilling. I just left the trap open. We hadn't had any back. We were missing 3. We're missing a red hen and 2 checkers. One as a cock. But yeah, so it's lovely weather. It was a cracking race yesterday from Honiton, the first race. They've done us proud with the returns. The returns were brilliant. We had 7 on the drop. 4 of them timed in at the same second, same decimals, so very happy with that drop. A minute later we had another 7, lucky number 7, and then they were trickling in 3s and 4s and then 2s and 1s. We had a last bird about 3:30, which was the older hen, which was quite surprised at that, but we're missing 3 still. So the stray that came in for those of you that watched the live belonged to guy up in Bodmin named John Trevarthen. He just told us to put it in a basket, which we would have done anyway. Fed and watered it and tossed it up this morning. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I've made it back for him. It was his first bird 2 weeks running apparently, but flew all the way down here. Bodmin's a good 40 mile from here, so yeah, it was a very good race for us. We're very pleased with the returns. Absolutely fantastic. The only downside, well, I wouldn't have downside to it, it was a brilliant day for the birds. A fancier just down the road from us who's in a different club, different organisation. Well, they're in the Magpie Club. He had his birds out when our birds were due home, so very unsportsmanlike, to be honest. I remember father telling me when he used to race when I was a nipper, a baby. There was loads of fanciers on Trelawney Estate back then. There was a good 5 or 10 of them just on one estate, housing estate. If nobody was racing, sorry, if someone wasn't racing, the rest were, they agreed to keep the birds in. It's just a bit of common courtesy in it. But he knew we were racing. He had his birds out. The birds did a couple of circles when they arrived, which did shave a bit of time off. I think it definitely cost us a few places in the combine, but we're delighted with yesterday's race. So I'll go in this morning and just change the water, give them so they had electrolytes in the water yesterday, and today they got Sanacest in the water, and they had a good protein mix this morning. Just give them some grit and minerals and a bath. So came in this morning and scraped out. Fantail there on eggs. There she is. Yeah, had a good bath and chill out day for them today. They don't do nothing on a Sunday when they've raced the day before. But they're all in good nick. There's no dodgy drop-ins or anything like that. So very, very pleased with how they come and how they've recovered from the race. A lot of them weren't even touched. There was a couple that the later ones were a bit knackered, but that's to be expected. So we had 16 to save back for the next Honiton, which we will do that, and then we'll keep the rest going. We will start stopping the cocks after a couple more races, because we aren't racing hens next year, so the hens will be going regardless. Every race now we will be racing, and we'll see what cocks are coming well, and we'll be racing the hens on. So as I said, they've had a good bath today, and give them a bit of grit minerals there, black minerals and grit, and yeah, they seem to be doing all right. They've definitely recovered well. Droppings are nice and firm. That's what you want to see. We use a corridor drinker. That's come in handy. That as we definitely, Father and I definitely recommend those to anybody who doesn't basket train the birds. We haven't basket trained in a few years, but that's definitely a good thing to have in your loft, because it simulates drinking in a transporter. So they have to go through the dial bars to get to the drink. None of them come back dehydrated yesterday. Fantastic. John Angwin was convoy, so we'd like to thank John Angwin for that, because without that we wouldn't have had a race. The normal convoy couldn't do it. But yeah, it does help when you've got a convoy that knows what they're doing, and obviously a pigeon man themselves. So yeah, full credit to John. He missed out on watching his own birds come home to get everybody have a race. So yeah, we're missing 3. We had very good returns. Most of the birds were back by 12, 1 o'clock, and we had the odd straggler behind, but very pleased with how they come. Some of the cocks are roaring around, even though they had a bit of a harder fly yesterday, some of them. But yeah, we had good returns, and we've also had good results. So we sent 32 and we got 20. Well, we're missing 3, so we're doing well in returns. And we got the first 5 in the club, so first to 5, which we're very pleased with. We know the combine results already. Unfortunately, we didn't win the combine. We weren't expecting to win the combine, but we were up there. Only 11 yards behind. Which, if they didn't do the two circles when they came, that would have been the 11 yards made up. If they didn't do this, if they trapped straight away, I think we would have probably topped the combine. But it is what it is. Joni's Fur is having a very good season. Take nothing away from him, deserves it. So well done to everybody that did race yesterday. We're over the moon with the results and returns more than anything. So the first 4 birds landed on the same decimal, same time, and the couple were seconds just behind. So the first bird was that cock bird there. So he's just chilling there. That's his hen. We don't split them up. See, some fanciers do split their cocks and hens up and let them see each other on a Friday, but we try and keep it as natural as possible. And they seem to be happier together. So yeah, that cock was the first bird on the, well, he was joint first with another hen, and another 2 pigeons actually, but the first 2 on the sheet was this cock here. He is a grandson of the Dutch hen that we got, the Jansen hen. He's also got some Cooster and Pitbull blood in him, from the Pitbull side from Mickey Collins, and the Coosters from Clive and John Jackson. But he's a lovely cock. He was scalped as a youngster, and a lot of fanciers say, once it's scalped, they ain't going to make nothing. But as you can see, he done all right yesterday, and very pleased with how he come. He's in good nick. So that's the first bird. The second bird's over here. That older hen there, she's a bit sorry for herself. She was the last bird back yesterday. She had a tough one. So the second bird is here. So this hen, we should have pulled her really, because I did say to Father a few days ago, there's a hen in there on eggs. We chucked the eggs out and put pot eggs underneath her. She's been on them for about 12 days, I suppose. And we forgot to pull her yesterday in club. Lovely little hen. She's also a granddaughter of the Dutch hen. We got the Jansen. Her father was only sent on the road as a 2-year-old, and he was only 8 yards of top of the combine. He's still he comes second club, beaten by a loft mate. but he done very well as a 2-year-old. So father decided to stop him and put him in the stock loft, and he's paired on to a direct daughter of Super Hermans from Premier Stud. But she's a cracking little hen, lovely apple body on her. I don't know how much longer she'll be sitting on the eggs, but just normally 18 to 21 days, isn't it? So we might be able to get her on eggs for next week. But she's a cracking little hen. So she's half Cooster, and a bit of Jansen in her as well. So there you go, guys. That's the first race wrapped up. Very happy with the returns and the result. So roll on next week. The weather is supposed to be a bit dicky on the weekend next week, but we will keep an eye on that. We won't be throwing any pigeons away, that's for sure, because we still got 5 races left. I think 4 or 5 races, and we'll be sending to every one of them. So yeah, we'll carry on training them. Get them up. We was getting up the road twice a day last week, and we'll try and carry on with doing that. Definitely help with the fitness. As I said, we had to build them back up because they had a touch of respiratory, but they're definitely more sprightly and they were coming well yesterday. I think that was 3rd bird, and that's a Cooster bulk. So he's a nice little cock, he is. And the 5th pigeon was a grizzle cock, or grizzle hen, sorry. The Liedermans, those grizzles are Liederman Van Reef. Liederman's from Clive and John Jackson, and Van Reef was a daughter of Rambo's, a proven breeder anyway, from John Angrin. So yeah, they've had a nice chill day today. We'll leave that trap open all day and into the evening. Hopefully we'll get a few more, but it is bloody warm out there, so we'll have to wait and see really. But tomorrow start again. Probably won't be sending that older hen, as she's a bit worse. Well, I'll say worse for wear, but she's a bit hunched up. She was a late arrival yesterday at 3:30, so we might let her have another day's rest. But the rest of them can go. Because next week is Yeovil, then there's another Yeovil, but quite possibly it might be changed to a Honiton, so I've heard. So we'll be able to get the other ones in quicker. So we might be able to as well get into the last race with the 3 counties, which is a Stony Cross, which would be nice. So we'll see what happens. But very, very pleased with how the birds come. As I said, they'll just have a nice chill out day today. They've had a nice bath, and very, very pleased with how they come. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for tuning into the live. The live was a bit glitchy, and the reason for that is because we got a holiday camp just across the road from us, really. And when you turn your data on, obviously all the holiday makers around, they do rinse the data out of your area. So that's why it was a bit glitchy. When they all go home in a couple of weeks, it'll be a lot better. So there we have it, guys. Hope you all had a good race. I know there's a few, well, a friend up in York, Aaron, as I said yesterday in the live, he's had a really good season, but he has had losses, and he's lost pretty much all of his pigeons, including the hen that won twice for him that we set with, that was bred by one of the hens that we sent up. Unfortunately, apparently the whole of York has only had 2 or 3 birds back, which is unreal. It really is. The losses this year have been absolutely shocking, but I think a lot of it's down to the weather that we've been having. It's been very warm, very close and humid. But obviously this 5G and the peregrines and all don't help, but you can't blame it all on the Orcs all the time. Usually bad convoying as well, but we've had great convoying in the past season. The Cornish Combine has definitely upped this game since we've had new officers in. It's been a pleasure to fly with them, and we've had some good racing, really good. So long may it continue. So there we have it, guys. We'll do another update. I'll get you on live next week, and we'll see what we do from Yeovil. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your pigeons. Take care.